Growing up in the 1980s and 1990s, furniture shopping was probably the last thing a kid wanted to do when they were shopping with their parents. Who could forget that decor from the 70s, 80s, and 90s? The 70s had that earth tone yellow, orange, tan, and brown tones with the shag carpeting. The 1980s, well, they had the floral prints wallpaper, the Tiffany style lamps, brown wood, wood paneling, faux leather couches, and I'm sure you knew someone or had someone in your family that had their furniture covered in plastic, or had those vinyl runners in the hallway or living room, because they had decided that white carpet or cream carpet was a good idea. What about those futons or the waterbeds? Who would ever thought to bring the pool to your bedroom? If you ever had a wet spot on the sheets, you had to think twice when deciding if it was you or your bed that had sprung a leak. As a kid, furniture shopping was about as boring as watching TV in the 1980s with your parents. With one TV, you were forced to watch what they were watching, oftentimes shows that only interested them. I remember when my parents dragged me into the store, walking around the endless rows of Lazy Boys, Barca loungers, and those popular Bundy couches. And if you were hip like me, you probably watched Married with Children, much to your parents' dismay. Who can forget those furniture store gimmicks of going out of business sales, or everything must go, or we're not holding back, only to find that the store was still in business a year later, or had simply just changed their name. My favorite memory of those furniture stores was the fake plastic TVs with a sticker on it. They weren't those LED 4K smart TVs that you see today, but rather those box TVs that weighed as much as me when I was 12. Of course, when I was talking about is those plastic TV shaped boxes that were on every TV stand or dresser to give it a look that your dream furniture would look great in your home. I loved the 80s and 90s when the personal computer started to become a regular thing. Those furniture stores followed up by making the fake plastic Apple IICs or the IBM PCs that sat looking unnatural on the desk that your parents would probably eventually buy for your room. And I'm not talking about the computer. Sure, as we got older and we became parents ourselves or had to grow up and get our own place, whether it was renting an apartment or buying our first house, the thing we dreaded as a kid became a reality for us as an adult. And that reality was furniture shopping. So let's take a look back at some iconic furniture stores you may have remembered, and here's a few. Thank you to my viewers who suggested the places. McMahon's Furniture was a family-owned furniture store chain that had over 195 locations in California, Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, Nevada, and Oregon. The store was founded in 1919 by James McMahon. By 1993, Heilig Myers bought most of the stores in 1996, and the chain would eventually close the remaining stores in 2008 due to the economy slumping, probably due to the housing market crisis and the subprime mortgage crisis of 2008. Levitt's was a nationwide chain of American furniture store that helped create the furniture warehouse genre of retail furniture sales. The company was founded in Lebanon, Pennsylvania in 1910 by Richard Levitt. Levitt's was accused of having been poorly run for more than a decade starting in the 1990s. It declared Chapter 11 bankruptcy twice during that period, in 1997 and again in 2005. both times emerging after a corporate restructuring and the financial help from new outside investors. Levitt's was operating nearly 80 stores, mostly in the northeastern United States and on the West Coast. In October of 2008, Levitt's Furniture, with bankruptcy court approval, converted its Chapter 11 case to a Chapter 7 and started liquidation sales. They too closed their doors in 2008. In 1917, two brothers, Robert and Curtis Nelson, started the Nelson Brothers Transfer Company. Nelson Brothers Furniture would become a Chicago institution for decades. The furniture store chain achieves its success by charging high interest when customers purchase their furniture on credit. Heilig Myers purchased Nelson Brothers Furniture Company in 1994. Two North Carolina State grads started This End Up in 1975. They followed their mission to grow responsibly, take on little debt, and make sure customers get the right furniture at the right time. The company was founded by Randall Ward and Steve Robertson, and the company grew from its North Carolina Fairgrounds flea market origins to a fixture in the malls. Its simple packing crate style furniture was a particular hit with parents. The partners sold to Melville Corporation in 1985 for $47 million in stock and retired. In 1996, the company was resold to Citicorp Venture Capital, which spent millions building a giant computerized warehouse in Benson. But when the warehouse opened, the software ignored orders from its 135 stores and delayed delivery for months. This cut off the company's cash flow. With less money coming in, This End Up started missing its debt payments, and the owners pulled the plug on the company in early 2000. Store Furnishings International was an American furniture chain based in City of Industry, California, that opened in 1987. You're probably wondering why I just showed you a clip of IKEA. Well, Store sold European-style furniture and ready-to-assemble furnishings. Advertisements for the chain ended with the statement "Store" without the E. IKEA filed a lawsuit against the company shortly after opening, claiming copyright infringement, and was settled in 1988, with Store being forced to change the layout of their stores and advertising. Store would later be acquired by IKEA in 1992. The former IKEA store, which opened at first as a store location in 1987, located north of the Puente Hills Mall and across the State Route 60 freeway, was used as a shooting location for the final fight scene in Mr. and Mrs. Smith. The exterior and the interior were used in the movie. La Canasta Furnishings was a Southern California chain of furniture stores that catered to the Latino and Hispanic communities. The chain was founded in 1977 by Javier Ramirez Zuniga. La Canasta Furnishings had locations in Santa Ana, Huntington Park, San Bernardino, Anaheim, Ontario, Riverside, Fontana, Corona, and Moreno Valley. The chain would close sometime in 2019 or 2020. So tell me what furniture stores your parents used to drag you to. Leave a comment below. So what are some of your favorite memories of this place? Leave a comment or a suggestion for a future video below. Be sure to hit that like button. Thanks for watching.